quite work as intended. Yes, it doesn't quite work as intended. I think I have to put it in that spot to have it to work as intended. Yes, that works as intended. There we go. I've been not having Wednesday because I have not been well. And then the next Thursday, I've not been any better. Seems my body really does not like Wednesday. Just saying. So we'll put on some music and wait for people to get in. Oh man, I feel so off by what's put in.
The world could always use more heroes.
Hello, hello, Kentucky. How are you today? Well, Kentucky, I'm glad that you came in. I managed to get rid of the hay. So, fortunately, the next time that I need to go to the store, I will be able to load up. And I'm waiting on Pindar to find out when that card is going to be in the P.O. box. And then after that, I was going to contact a certain person that we knew. And I need to try to not knock off my thing and shit like that. And I failed in that. Shit. Sorry, I'm laughing at myself. First, I gotta get my volume down. Now it's not showing me my damn live. Okay, there it is. It wasn't showing me my live at all. Oh, hello, Pinder. Well, see, I couldn't see I was getting chat up. I was going to play my regular music first, but everyone's getting in here already. So, yeah, we're just kind of waiting on to find out when that card's going to be in the box. And, then we're going to get that whole trip talked about with our other friend together. Well, it all depends on when it's going to be the card. We have no idea. It all depends on what Social Security says to Pindar. Because, I don't have the phone yet, so I can't call myself. So, Pindar will find out when my card will be in, and depending on what they say, that's when, the trip would be. Hello, Nina. Hello, Princess. Hello, Arame. Well, I expect it to take 10 to 14 days to get here. I do. Because all of these services, they just tell you whatever they want to tell you. Just say. Now, my guts, I've not been doing Wednesdays because my guts has been bothering me. And then the next day I think, well, it'll feel better tomorrow. You know how that hopeful bullshit goes? And then they've been hurting. Now today, and yesterday, all of the swelling is out of my gut. So I'm feeling it all. And now the fortunate thing is I normally don't take anything for pain, so I understand if I have a problem. But since, I know where it's at and I know the swelling's down, and I'm just feeling the last bit of the pain because the swelling is down. I've been taking painkiller in the last day, and, it feels a whole lot better because about 5 hours ago I wasn't sure I could do this. Oh, it's okay, Smelly. We just started a couple minutes ago and we were giving an update. And, because this is more of, like I'm hanging out gaming with my friends. Pindar and I, we now have the money to either fix my water or get me transportation. It kind of depends on what the estimate is. And because everything is so high now, I'm not sure that we can get the water fixed. We may be able to. But, it was nice enough, I donated my hay to a nice person, and then some other people donated money for me to get my water fixed. Now, for those of you that hear Rich Life showing out his $2,000 and saying, you ain't got that, you ain't got that. You know, I don't flash this on the other channel, but you know, I already told Pindar about it. 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, 1,000, 1,100, 1,200, 1,300, 1,400, 1,500, 1,600, 1,700, 1,800, 1,900, 2,000, 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, and 40, 60. And that hopefully will be enough to where I can get $300 or $400 of food, I can pay my taxes, and then I'll have about $2,000 left to try to fix my water or get some form of transportation. So, you know, once again, I'm not flashing that on the other channel, but, you know, this is our friendly channel where, you know, I really care. You know, the people that care about me more are going to be here. Oh, my water's been messed for a long time. It needs a new line laid. And it turns out someone was stealing pipes from under my trailer. So I need to have a plumber survey what has to be repaired under my house and a new line laid. Now, before the insane inflation we had and the material scarcity, you know I would have had enough to got my water fixed. But because of all the hurricane and all that other bullshit and all the construction costs, I may or may not have enough to get my water fixed. I think there's a good chance that we will be able to. But, you know, because of inflation, I'm going to have to take about $400 or $500 and go get food for the winter. And then I'll have enough. I got to pay my taxes. So that'll also pay my taxes. And it'll leave about $2,000 to either get water fixed or transportation. And if I get transportation, I can go to the spring and I can go to a truck stop and get a shower for $2. So, you know, that's what happened this week. So, you know, that was a bright point. But, you know, unlike other YouTubers that, you know, run everything in their mouth on their channels, you know, this is my friend's channel where we game and talk about other stuff. You know, once again, the people that care about me are going to be here. So, you're the only ones that really need to know, in my opinion. So, yeah, you know, I'll either have my water or I'll be able to get some transportation. And it will all depend on which one is more economical at the time. Hello, Rachel. Yeah, that's what we're going to do right now. Because if the quotes are with under $2,000, here you go. You know, I'll take that 20 of those 100s real quick. You know, bang, 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 bang. You know, if we can get a $2,000 estimate to get this all fixed, hell yeah. I mean, like I say, I'll throw those 20 of those 100s at them so quick, you know, that they won't know. I mean, they won't be able to count it. Let's put it that way. Well, Smelly, I saved all my checks, and I had to eat that in inflation. You know, the extra. Now, once again, if I can get to Walmart, you know, I get things a lot better. I still have 10 pounds of hamburger left, and I'm about to break into that. And I've also surveyed my freezer. And when I go to Walmart, because cat food is so more expensive, I mean, I'm going to be buying as much as I can in cat food. And I'm going to buy about 50 pounds of hamburger. And some chicken for something different. Because I looked in my freezer. I think I can get 50 pounds of hamburger in it. So, you know, that's a bit of my plan. Well, Ronnie, I can, but... Well, you know, I'm fine with that, Rachel. You know, I keep myself clean. Now, my problem right now is we're in a drought. This has been my in these last couple weeks. I have a bunch of these, and I'm down to my last two. That's where people call around and call me stinky. I'm like, excuse me? I mean, I have a bath every day. You know, people in hospitals are not stinky after the nurse gives them an alcohol bath. And, hello, Ash. So, you know, like I said, you know, I've got my money together to either get transportation or the water fixed. Now, Smelly, if you remember, I said, if it takes me 3 years, I'll just save hay until I have the money to get it fixed. And there it is. I mean, it's taken a few years to get that together, but, you know, it's all according to plan. You know, I had the big giant barn, and hay's been coming out of it, and they rolled hay today. So I got about 10 or 12 more rolls. I didn't count it because I have to walk the field, so it's just kind of looking. So, you know, I probably got about 10 or 12 more rolls unsold that I'll donate somewhere, that for someone else to donate to me. So, you know, that's where I have to laugh, and I got a video already shot of Rich Life telling me how I don't have nothing. I fucking hate him, by the way. You know, I can't say that on my other channel, but I really do. I can't fucking stand him. You know, I've been neutral to him for, you know, other parties, but no, I really can't fucking stand him. Well, you know, that's what we're going to try to do, is get my water fixed or get myself some form of transportation. Now, in reality, because of the inflation, it might be better to do it in spring. You know, because costs might be down in spring. So, you know, I'm not sure. You know, when we get the estimate, I think I'm going to ask them, how much would this repair have been a year ago? Well, thank you, Nina. Well, I mean, there's actually getting quite a list of people on YouTube that I would thump. Yes, I would. Now, the funny thing is I want to see Rich Life and Ernie Shell fight. I really do. Because they're both wussies. They both fake martial arts. So that would be the funny thing, is you would have two fake martial artists fighting each other. Now, Rich is actually bigger than me. He's about 6'2". So, you know, he'd have Ernie in the size advantage. Smelly, the hay is fine. Now, the thing is hay prices are going up because people can't afford fertilizer. Yes. And the fact that fertilizer cost goes up, that means hay costs go up. And then hay cost goes up, that means your meat costs go up. Kentucky, you know, we'd be talking about that on my other channel if it wasn't, you know, the time it was, because this is a hard time for me at 9 o'clock on Saturdays. I'm going to be here. You know, now in the winter, I'm going to start being here at odd times for different games or different things. But, you know, today, you know, we're going to be here. And once again, I'm kind of updating everyone. And I may take Wednesday night game and turn it to Thursday night game. Because for some fucking reason, my body has picked Wednesday for seizures. For like the last 3 or 4 fucking weeks, Wednesdays come around and that's the day that I've been fucked up. Now, once again, my body kind of picks random times and it's just, odd that it has been picking Wednesdays. So for next Wednesday, we're going to change Wednesdays to Thursdays. Thursdays and Saturdays. And we're going to see if that works any better. Well, Smelly, Ernie's only a few inches taller than you. You know, he wears lifts, but yes, Ernie is only a few inches taller than you. Well, yeah, Pindar, but, you know, like I say, since there's extra here, and I've been missing Wednesdays, so, you know, once again, it's becoming a habit, so I have the need to explain myself. Because, like I said, I've not been living up to my obligations, and of course there's been a good reason why. Now, the bright point is, you know, from my urinary issues, I'm to the getting almost better part. You know, in the next 3 or 4 days, you know, I should be back to normal, and I should be getting a lot done around here. So, you know, and I will like that. Now, goddamn, my cats are a pain in the ass. Richella didn't let me sleep at all last night. Got up at 9 this morning. Had not got a wink of sleep. She's worse than a fucking toddler. No shit. She's twisted my knee. Now, Summer, you give her like an hour and a half of love and attention and cradling, and she'll just go next to you and go to bed at that point, and you can go to sleep. Richella, oh no, it's just, I am a constant, baby. I put her out right before this live. Man. She's been a pain in my butt. Now, the other interesting vlog thing, her brother discovered the barn. Now, her brother is really liking the loft like she does, but he won't shut the fuck up. Meow, meow, meow. And he wants reassured, and you'll reassure him, and he'll be quiet while you're reassuring him, and then we'll go meow, meow. And Abaddon discovered the loft, and he devastated the game table, and I had to repair that the day before yesterday. I've never had to kick a cat out of the barn before. But Abaddon was destructive. He was destroying things as I was trying to get things undestroyed, and I finally had to yell at my cat and throw him out of the barn. That was a first. Because Abaddon is normally not a problem. It's just he thinks he can fit it in my hand, and he does not understand he has weight. So he was just literally just trying to get up and destroying everything. I tried it tactful a few times before I finally yelled, "Get the fuck out of here," at large volumes. When the rare time if I ever have to do that, I know at some point I am the one that failed. But you know, that's kind of, you know, a little of what I've been doing this week. I would really like to sleep. Just saying. Now, because I've been such a see, the thing is, if I'm kept from sleeping, I get a bout of insomnia. So, even tonight, I'm going to have a really hard time sleeping. This is how I used to be in Ohio, because I never got enough sleep, and it makes me grumpy as a motherfucker. But I don't take it out on you. I don't take it on the cats. I don't take it out on anyone. Except Rich Life. I said that, and no one part of me just said, "You just told a lie. You used to take things out on Rich Life and enjoy it on certain days." And then I'm thinking, oh yeah, I did, didn't I? And then I think, ah ha 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 ha! Well, you know, sometimes the best lies we tell are to ourselves. Well, Abaddon's not meaning bad, it's just he's an ox. I mean, a bull in a china shop does less damage. And he talks all the time, too. And he is sweet. He's normally a cat you don't have to yell at. And that's kind of the part that makes it funny from my point of view. This is the cat that I normally don't have to yell at. You know, he's Elric's brother with no tail. And he looks like their father. Their father was Corum. Now, I do think there's a chance that Richella is pregnant. I am hoping that this is not so. But because see, she's Richella's only let me think. She's only going on 14 months old. But yes, so she's either getting size or she got knocked up. Now, I was proud of my little girl because she'd smack any boy that would come near her, even in heat. And then her last heat, I was outside and she smacked Abaddon. She smacked Elric. And I'm thinking, that's a good girl. And then Magnus, I'm like, you're going to get hit, dude. You're going to get hit. And she rolled right fucking over in front of him, did the little girl submissive thing. And I went, that means she has given him the green light. Now, fortunately, Magnus and her are not related. Well, Cushy, see, the problem is your Jimbos and your Ernies down here. They're limited programs. They're far away. They're only at certain times. You have to have transportation. In all of the Jimbos of the world, this is how they do everything. And they each call each other. And they know when these programs start. So when you try to get through when they start, you're flooded. You don't get through. And then when you do get through, they tell you, I'm sorry, we're out of money. And that is how assistance works here. The grifter class, like the Jimbos, fuck it up for everyone like me that only occasionally might need a little tiny bit of help. But you know, that's how all of the assistance is around here. In fact, the pantry will give, I have no way to there now, but I mean, half the time, half the food they give you is fucking rotten. Because they have a zero waste policy. So, as a part of their zero waste policy, they just hand you the rotten food and say it wasn't wasted. I've gotten food poisoning quite a few times from pantry bullshit. Now, the church box that I'm missing out on once a month, that was a much better food. It's just all of the butter they give you, and they give you butter every month, is rancid. So, that's another thing that you get given just to throw away. Now, used to be, you could get some good lunch meat at the pantry. But then they decided to give out lunches, supposedly for the children. Well, this means the adults didn't get anything for a breakfast or a lunch because they're giving it to the children. So once again, that ended up, and I mean, I ain't gotten pantry in a couple years now. Not since before COVID. But I remember my last pantry, I got like 3 big fucking things of M&Ms, you know, with a holiday theme on them. I mean, I needed fucking food. So, you know, and like I said, and they're giving me a big box of cookies and fucking candy I didn't want. I have some sugar, I have no salt, and I have a tiny bit of vegetable oil. But see, but once again, you know, now see, it's like, now, I want to tell you this pantry story. Now, things normally off my back. But this is one thing that had me fucking hot beyond human fucking belief. And I felt like jerking the person behind the counter up. You know, once again, there aren't many of these moments in life, but this was one of them. Now, where I had seizures, and this is before medical marijuana, I had them every day. I finally got my disability. I had lived 2 years without water and power in the barn, and I finally got my disability. You know, this was in November, and I got the power turned back on here. And if you've not had electricity in 2 years, you sit for about 3 months and look at the lights. You really do. Now, this isn't a part of that story. Now, I'm framing the time point. So, I go to the pantry to get a Christmas box. And you know what they tell me? No. They denied me food for Christmas. Because I didn't have an electric bill yet. Because I just got my power turned on. They demanded an electric bill. And I called up the electric company and I'm like, these assholes here, you know, I was nice and didn't do this in front of them, but I just said, these assholes at the pantry will not let me have a Christmas box without an electric bill. And ma'am, you know, as you see my account, you see that I've just got my power back on. I'm like, is there anything that you can give me for these people? And they said, I'm sorry, sir, but our bills are electronically generated and there's nothing that I can do. So I go back to the pantry and I tell them this. And they still denied me the fucking Christmas box. So that is my pantry story. Now, this pantry is called God's Food Pantry in Somerset, Kentucky. And every time I look at that fucking door, I think, you son of a bitches need to take the name of God off that fucking door. Now, once again, you know, when they denied me that, there was that one part of me that just had the hand up there that was like, just wanted to just go, choke, boom, and just, you know, because once again, I had been living 2 years in the barn starving. I was living like a fucking animal and having seizures every day. And they denied me a Christmas meal, and they dare have the name God on the fucking door. Now you see, this is me worked up about something. So, you know, once again, this channel is my personal space. So, you know, once again, I'm, you know, not being, because see, I'm unlike YouTubers. Now, like Ernie, if anyone did that to him, he'd put that on his channel and get a hate mob together. But, you know, this happened before I started YouTube. By several months. But, yeah, I mean, I almost went to jail that day. Well, I mean, it's just, well, the funny thing is a lot of those people are like Jimbo and Thelma at the pantry. I mean, there's been days I went to the pantry and everybody in there but me is a 300-plus pounder. You know, some 400 and 500 ones. And at the time, you know, I mean, I was to a point before my disability that I was Eugenia Cooney with some muscles. I was emaciated beyond belief. And get this though, on Christmas, if you're single like me, they won't even give you a turkey. The only thing you're entitled to if you're a single man is a fucking chicken. Which is more trouble than it's worth. But yes, that's one of my personal stories. And once again, I don't hold the locals much love. And, the good Christian people that live next to me, when I'm walking with the pack and they're going just at 5 acres away from me, they wave at me and pass and leave me to walk. My good Christian neighbors that go to church every Sunday and Wednesday. Oh yes, Smelly. Well, see, that's why my water isn't worked here. If there was a woman and children in the house, my shit would have been fixed a long time ago by the state. But they don't care if I die. I doubt it, Pindar. Now, in reality, 30 years ago, I would have took that $2,700 and I would have turned it over a few times. And I would have turned that $2,700 into about $10K. But I don't do that anymore. But see, that's always what I thought was funny. It's like Ernie and them. Like I say, like that right there, I could get 2 pounds of weed for it. I mean, the really good medical stuff. And there's 112 grams in a quarter pound. So 224 for 480. So I could get almost 1,000 grams of marijuana for what I have right over there. Now, once again, I'm sure that you know that I can sell that 1,000 grams of marijuana for a whole lot more than that $2,700. So, that's why I don't understand about Ernie. I'm like, if you put a little effort into it, it's not hard to make money in an illicit manner. And everyone walks away happy. Well, it is cushy, but once upon a time when before I was a caregiver, this is how I would make my bread. I would have a pile of money sitting over the side like it didn't exist, and then it would be my stake money, and I'd just turn it over and over, because the more you buy, the cheaper it gets. That's the way it is, and the more your profit margins get. But, you got to run it like a business. It's just not, you just can't smoke what you want. But, that's what I don't understand about Ernest. I mean, he's just, but it is around here. I mean, they're so fucking lazy around here. I mean, it's just amazing how lazy they are. Well, before I was a caregiver, I mean, I lived off my life savings for over 12 years. And I could buy whatever I had wanted, because I saved my money. And if I wouldn't have been a caregiver, I wouldn't be in the situation I am. I would be a business owner. And that's where I have to laugh. It's like, see around here. I can't do it because of my seizures, but anyone around here can get a dump truck and haul gravel and make some good side money. You know, and it's like myself too. I also know about picking locks. So, you know, before I was a caregiver, I'd got some how-to books about lock picking and a bunch of lock picks because I was also going to do some locksmithing on the side. And before, you know, everything in my family turned into a disaster, you know, had the you know, before my mother sold all the equipment and it wasn't left to me, you know, I was going to do people's hay. I was going to do locksmithing calls. And like I say, just little work. And I was going to get a dump truck to haul gravel. And between those 3 gigs, you know, I would have stayed busy. You know, just off of that alone, I was going to be able to make, you know, a low-level, upper-class lifestyle. You know, at least $100K a year. Plus, I was going to buy a business or two, like a fast food pizza place. You know, just like a little mom and pop place, you know, that would support itself and, you know, have a little extra flow, employ some people. You know, that's what I thought about is, you know, but buying a couple food places. You know, one of them a pizza place, because that could be run for a lower overhead, and, you know, maybe some sort of, quote, franchise. Because way back when, you know, like 30, 35 years ago, the franchising fee for many places was only like $10,000. Well, thank you, Smelly. Well, yeah, Smelly, you know, get yourself something to eat. Because, you know, today we're going to just be updating everyone, and I'm going to be on this channel a whole lot more for gaming and other stuff, and I've read a ton of stuff up for the game, and now I am starting to feel better this evening, because like I said, 4 or 5 hours ago, I didn't know if I could do this. I was debating, did I need to put anything up on the tab, but, you know, I took something for the pain, and I'm feeling a lot better. Now, because I didn't sleep last night, oh God, I feel like this. I do feel just like this. Huh. Stupid YouTube notifications. Now, YouTube has just notified me of Nicolina in the One Chip Challenge, which I watched about an hour and a half ago. No, I didn't get anything today. Now, the electric blanket was in that big box, and that's put away to be returned. And in that little bag was the shirt that Pindar got me. Pindar got me this shirt. Which, you know, we've not been having any rain. I am down to where I'm cleaning this shirt and the shirt that I'm wearing and alternating between the two. We have not had any rain, and Thursday there's a chance of rain. So I have a serious issue because I'm not going to be able at some point to do dishes or clean clothes. So this clean shirt right here is going to be a treasure. Because like I say, this one is ready to be, it's its last day, and I have that one clean, and I have this as a clean shirt. And this one is a good shirt. I mean, it's pretty soft. It feels stone washed. Oh, okay. Thank you, Pindar. But yeah, in reality, Pindar, I could use a few shirts. Because we're in a bad drought, and and maybe an extra large sweat pant. Because once again, I'm only going to put things on a wish list if they're really needed something. So, you know, that's kind of what I see. Maybe a few t-shirts and, like I say, a pair of sweatpants. Well, yeah, it's a 2X. That'll work great because of the fact of me working See, the thing is when you're working, you're moving, and you don't want your clothes too tight. So that's one of the reasons why I wear an oversized shirt. That in the girl factor. Now, you girls tend to, well, we don't really have to worry about that much at our age, but, when I was a younger man, there was many times we'd be out with our lady friends, and all of a sudden, they would get red spots, and they wouldn't act like a dress to you. But you see, in that spot, then Roger takes the oversized shirt off, and then on the girl, it's the size of a dress. And, of course, then she can overcome the stain, and then, of course, Roger's left wearing a leather jacket and no shirt, but I mean, it is what it is. So people can look at me funny all they want, and they look at the pretty girl in the long dress with a funny design. Well, we got, when we went to Walmart, I bought these shoes. Now, when I go to Walmart again to get the food, I am going to buy another pair of shoes. These are a very good walking shoe, and these were like $25. So if Walmart has another pair of these, I'm going to go ahead and buy another one of these and keep in the box and put in the closet. Not lately. But, we are planning now. Now, Pindar, if I tell you my shoe size, Nicolino will make fun of me. Yes, Pindar, if I tell you my shoe size, Nicolino will make much fun of me. Ernie and I have the same size feet. I wear a size 8, but I get a size 9 because of all the walking I do, my feet swell. So I found out because of all the ridiculous amount of, I have to do, I have to size my shoe now a size up. But yes, now see, I was a preemie. Remember what I said, that first 6 months of life? I wasn't expected to live. I mean, you guys had like 9 months in the womb. I mean, I had like half that. I'm like, fuck this shit, I'm out of here. And they kept giving my money. Now see, this is what I've not talked about in my family. I am my only survivor. Because you see, the thing that happened to me was a reoccurring problem with my mother. Yes, I was supposed to have a bunch of sisters, but they all died. Like I said, same issue. Born too early and incomplete. I was born too early and incomplete. Well, UPS is delivering to my house. We have talked to a UPS person. I have formed an acquaintance with a UPS driver. And as long as that individual UPS driver is on duty out here, I can now get a delivery here. See, that's why I'm laughing at Melton, because, Melton has been running his mouth, and, Pindar and I have been quietly working behind the scenes, doing stuff, and like I said, the hay money fell into my lap this week. That was nice. I'd been trying to get that done, so, that got done. So, now we're to the point of getting estimates. Now, nothing's been delivered in my mailbox yet, Pindar. Now, I haven't gone out there and checked today. Now, sometime in the middle of the night, I might do that. Just to stretch my legs. Because, to be honest, in the last 2 days, I've not been able to walk anywhere on this property without Richella or her brother up my ass. And of course, I can't walk to the road with them following me. And Richella literally, if she notices, will follow me wherever I go. She's crying at the door. Well, I guess I can let her in. I ain't got game stuff out. She heard her name and she said, "Oh, you have forgot me, and I'm so little and pitiful." Asshole babies. Summer, stop being an asshole baby. There you go. There's your Richella. What is it, asshole baby? What is it? Can I sit down, asshole baby? Yeah, you can see how I've set everything up, you know, good. Can I? Asshole baby. Drink if I call her an asshole baby. Oh, she's purring. She's like, finally got here. I mean, this cat cannot be separated from me. She just gets so bent out of shape. Summer. Here we go. And I've only had the door shut since I started the stream. Summer, you're about to knock everything off, honey. She says, I don't mind. Well, will you please stop claw stomping me? Just stop. Now, you see, remember I said she won't let me sleep. You're kind of getting an understanding on why she will not let me sleep. I mean, she won't stop. Just halt your forward progress. Don't. And if you hit this weed, I'm going to eat you. On camera. Okay, now I think I'm done threatening my cat. Get the claws out of me, you moron. What do I do with it? This is the only thing I can do to make it stop. And this is why I did it, just to make her stop. You gonna stop? Oh yeah, I am her world. I mean, literally, I am her world. Now, this is the heater, Pindar. And thank you very much. It makes it comfortable in here, and I've went out to my store of blankets. Now, honey, fucking God. I need to show Pindar something, little kitty. Man, I love this cat, but it's on my damn nerves. This is the problem when I need to do anything. She's just, because Pindar and I have been talking about stuff on wish lists, and this is what I wanted to show Pindar. We talked about blankets. These are the kind of blankets that I would like to get. You know, the furry ones like this. You know, and I don't care what pattern's on them. Because if I get two blankets that look the same away, I can put it over old furniture. And I also have blankets. Because, you know, as you can see here, you know, I've coated this chair with a blanket. So yeah, I wanted to try to get a few more blankets like these. You know, the furry ones, because like I say, when I don't need them for winter, I can just throw them over furniture. And I've got this one set to where, you know, I've got where I can make myself a cloak. I've got it all pulled back here. And I've got this set up to be a Verily Veronica background. Because I'm going to, with my guts getting better, I'm going to see about doing her later this week. So, I've set that up for her background. Are you going to come at me and kiss me again when I try to? She's like, nope, I'm going to wait until you least expect it. Like I said, now you can see why I can't get any sleep. Also, if I seem to be too still, she will start to cry. Because I don't know. And as you see, she has to be right on top of me, and she prefers to sit at the groin, which, considering that I have groin pain and groin issues, is the last damn place in the universe that I want this cat. But of course she don't mind. Now, somewhere understands that that spot hurts, and that she shouldn't get on it. Rochella is stupid. That's Rochella. It's stupid. Stupid things. Look at him. It's like stupid stream. Yes, it's stupid stream. Summer says, I want to be stupid too. Some of you gonna be stupid. Get the claw out of me, you moron. And see, that's the other thing is, every time she goes to lick herself, she puts her claws in me. Because she still thinks she's this big. Somebody says you hung this on the wall. And this is what I deal with when you know you guys don't normally see me. They're acting their normal selves today. Maybe they know we're on the different channel. Rochella, you're just about to get put out of this room. Because constantly getting hit with the claws it's my PTSD. And then it's time for Kitty to go out the door, or at least this door. Rochella, please, God's sake, stop clawing me. What she's doing, I absolutely have no idea. Can you tell me, what are you doing? Do you people have this problem? What is it, Summer? Anybody want a cat? Oh, yeah. So yes. Oh, shit. No. And like I said, now you see how she jumps in my lap? This is another problem too. I can't move. I mean, literally the cat won't let me move. Claws? She's getting stupider. I mean, I don't understand it. But this cat gets dumber every fucking day. Once again, I don't say this in my other channel, but yes, she gets stupider every fucking day. She has no self-awareness. Actually, she's giving me a headache, actually. Actually, I thought, well, you know what, I better check here. Let me see your belly. Well, hold it. Hold on. Stop squirming. It is I, Grimgoth. Grimgoth says stop squirming, you damn thing. Just hold. Now see, this is why I can't tell you if she's pregnant or not. Because, as you see, when I try to examine this thing, it just squirms. Why are you squirming? Why do you do these things? Well, thank you, Rachel. Now, my head's not even thinking. Is it going to here or the P.O. box? Oh, man, my head is... You know what? I actually have a stress headache. This is a rarity for me. And I mean, I already took something. And yes, because I'm like, why is my head flat out hurting? And I just realized, this is what it felt like the last time I had a stress headache. And I can't well, probably when I took care of my mother was the last one that I recall having. Because my mother could definitely create a stress headache. Oh, thank you, Rachel, because I do need it. I do. That'll help me out, it will. But yes, I have a stress headache. Now, once again, I normally don't get these things, so this is different. See, with my negative biology, I can even enjoy some negative things. Now, it's kind of like you were hit in the head yesterday. Now, it's much better to be hit in the head yesterday than it is to be hit in the head today. But I definitely feel like I was hit in the head yesterday. Now, I didn't hit my head at all. Not since the... Well, I told on YouTube the last time I hit my head, and, that's been maybe about a month and a half, 2 months ago, I'm guessing. Well, oh yeah, cheese is overly expensive here. I mean, to get one little pack of it at the dollar store is almost $3. That's why when I go to Walmart, I'm just going to buy the things that are overly expensive here. Cat food, hamburger, cheese, the stuff that I can't get. And that's what I'm going to buy at Walmart. And I'm going to get as much as I can, as much room as we have to carry. Now what sucks is they didn't have enough cat food for me this month. So I've got about 35 pounds of cat food and I have to find a way to the store. But because we've not had any rain, I'm going through this whole week, I've had to use my spring water to give all to the cats. I got to walk to the store tomorrow. And I'm going to be walking and buying myself soda, and I'm going to be buying them gallons of water just to stretch it along. Thursday, right now, we have a 60% chance of rain. And that is our only rain in the forecast. Now, I get at Walmart, 30 pounds of it was like $22 or $23, Pindar. Yeah, like I say, at Walmart, that $24 will buy a 30-pound bag. Now, at buying it at the dollar store, it's really coming out to over $1 a pound. But once again, that's why I was saying when I do get to Walmart, I'm going to stock up heavily on cat food because once again, it's overly expensive. Well, yeah, like I said, Pendar, for that $24, because that's what we did when we went to Walmart last. They had 3 30-pound bags of it, for about 24 each, and I got put 3 of those 30-pound bags right in the cart. And then went over there and got, a couple flats of wet food. And Summer really appreciates it. And what the heck? Oh. They want to pay. I can't smack Richella, but I think I'm going to start paying someone to. If anyone wants a job smacking a cat, you see, I created a nook behind me for kitties. And let me see, it's been 5 months. I've been trying. Here you go, kitty, here you go. And I'm looking behind me and it's like, what are you doing, Richella? And she's finally now just sitting in the nook that I created for her not to be in the way. So I'm not going to bother her, and I hope that she decides to keep doing this because, once again, I created a spot behind me just for her. Well, there was. But the thing is a 3.5-pound bag of food is like $6. Worse. That's the worst I've seen it. For that size food is $6. Now, of course, with my kitties, we have to have the big bags of food because I have to get it cheaper. Well, no, what it is just rich corporate idiots. I mean, if they think they can gouge for it, they will. Places like Amazon and Walmart, they need some regulation on their asses rather than just being able to buy off the politicians. But, that's my problem is both parties are the problem in the country. I don't talk about that on YouTube. But, the thing is, government is the problem. Our corporations are the problem. Because they've got it in their head that we belong to them. Not the other way around. Because, you see, a corporation is supposed to be a public entity. Well, we are the public, are we not? So should we not be controlling these public entities that are directing commerce on a certain level? And that is my belief. And I told everyone in 1988 we shouldn't. Now see, this is what the globalist plan was. It was for corporations to become more powerful than governments. And this has been the globalist plan most of my lifetime, is to make corporations intermingle in different countries, and then they eventually become a law unto themselves. And then the elite rule. And once again, that's nothing more than a nightmare dystopia waiting to happen. Well, Pender, I didn't make a big issue of typing, but it's like that granola. I can hardly eat one of those bars because of my teeth in my mouth. I mean, that's why I was, saying, please put trail mix on the list. And because, I mean, I'll have those bars forever, but because until I get some good teeth, I'm hardly going to be able to eat those. That's why I say, make sure to run everything by me before it goes on the list. Because, I'm going to have to save those for when I'm starving, and I appreciate the thought on them, but, there's a lot of things people don't think about. I can only eat a certain amount of things with the teeth that I have left. And trying to eat a granola bar is painful. Because I thought about typing that to you in a DM, but I thought it's just easier to talk on why, when we're encountering each other like now. Because, I don't want, because I appreciate anything give, and they will be eaten. It's just, I just can't keep eating them. I can only eat one maybe every third day, or I'm going to rub my mouth so raw I'm not going to be able to eat anything. Well, probably just not being able to get enough from the factory. Like I said, I've not been able to get enough here. Well, get 9 lives. I mean, they love 9 lives too. In fact, they eat it a little too much. Yes, they do. That's kind of my problem with them in 9 lives, is they will just sit and eat. I mean, they will get fat eat. There's just certain foods sometimes that they'll eat too much of, and 9 lives is one of them. The kitten caboodle, because see, it's like having children. There's certain things certain children won't eat. Now, I have certain children that desire the kitten to caboodle. Now, they'll eat the 9 lives as an alternate, but, more of the children like the kitten caboodle than, any other brand. Well, not cans, the hard food. Now, once again, that helps with summer, but, summer's the only one that gets wet food. And then Richella gets whatever leftover she has. Because Sissy used to have it. And because I was having to give it to Sissy for a couple years, Summer at this point expects it. 9 lives. Because, see, that's my problem here is to getting cat food sometimes. Like I said, I've not been able to get enough for this month. But, Pindar can leave a... Now, Pindar, to let you know, what I'm probably going to have to do next week is have you leave a text message to that same person that I had you to at the beginning of the month and asking for me to get a ride to the spring. Because, like I say, the kitties have been getting all the spring water. And in another 5 or 6 days, I'm not going to have any water for dishes. I mean, we've had like 1 rain in 2 months. And when that hurricane come, we did not get any rain at all. Hello, Bridget. Well, yeah. Well, see, that's what I'm hoping for is the rain. Well, like I say, we got a 60% chance of rain on Thursday. And if we get that, and if I get a big rain for a few hours, everything's okay again. But once again, if I don't get that rain, I have to get away to the spring. But I was predicting a drought for the year, and it's done exactly like I thought. And I do predict a short, cold winter. Now, we had a frost here today. Remember I say I didn't sleep? That was, when I finally saying, F this, I'm going to get up. I sat up, looked outside, the sun was already up, and you could see the entire field was frozen. Can't you go back to there again? I was actually kind of like you not being on me for a minute. Now you see, she was born fall last year. Or right before fall. So, all last winter, she was a tiny thing that sat on me. And this is what she intends on doing this entire winter. I mean, it's not even bad in this room. I had the heater on for a while. The rest of the house is kind of cool. The bedroom's a bit cold. But, in here it's about 69 degrees. And I was kind of enjoying not being hot. Well, I just usually get them a variety. You know, it comes to canned food, I don't give them a particular because, you know, if you give them the same thing, they kind of get sick of it. So, you know, I just give them a variety. I just buy a variety pack. Oh. But yeah, you know, I always buy economic, or like I say, unless it's something I really need, I don't want to put it, you know, on a wish list. Because I really long for much in the world. Now, in reality, you know, if I truly went for wishes, and now, see, my wishes are pathetic. All I'd really want is an old Xbox 360. Because I already have games for it. I mean, I wouldn't even, I don't, you know, if I had to quote wish, I wouldn't even wish for a new system. You know, I'd wish for an old Xbox 360. Now, right now, I don't even have a TV to run it. Because I was thinking about that the other day, because I was debating about, you know, asking GameStop how much one was, you know, just to ponder it. But I don't even have a TV right now to play one. The one that I had died. It's sitting in the laundry room area waiting to be taken out to the barn. And the only reason why I haven't done that is because this damn thing under my foot and trying to carry a TV several acres away with this thing under your feet every step. But like I say, you know, that's kind of the, you know, extent of my wishes in the world. Because I like to play Oblivion, Elder Scrolls 4, and the environment really seemed to help with my PTSD. And also, dealing with my mother, that was one of the few places that I had to escape now and then. And that's why I started playing World of Warcraft, is I had to find something to do other than get screamed at by my mother because she was upset. Well, yeah, there's certain things that the kiddies here don't, you know, will turn their nose up. Now, I found competition helps a lot. Because Summer sometimes will want to turn her nose up like a princess, but as soon as someone else shows the interest in it, she has to have it. Now, and she has to wash on top of me. That's mine and her other problem. She tries to do this while I sleep, and she kicks her body, and it's like someone's doing this to you while you're trying to sleep. And as you know someone's doing this to you, you don't go to sleep because it's someone jostling you awake. Well, she does that with her ass. Yes, with this butt right here, she will slam that up against you like a person doing this. So, you know, that's another, because if you're wondering on how the cat manages to keep me from sleeping, these are some of the techniques that this creature employs. Now, another one that she employs is sleeping right here and getting that nose right against my face with the whiskers. And then she'll curl that butt up right with all that hair in my chin, right here. She'll do that too. Smelly, are you being defeated by Alfredo? To be honest, I never even made dinner today. I made some pizza breads earlier, never laid nothing out, and I should have. But I go back to my ego states. Just not in the ego state for it. No. My feral ego state's telling me that, you know, you really need a hot meal, and of course another one's saying whatever. But I'll probably thaw out some hamburger after this. Once again, when I have one really bad night, it usually turns into 3. So, the day after tomorrow, I'm probably going to be an asshole. Because I'll probably get about 2 more nights, because it's like tonight. She'll probably not be moving. But because I had that triggering night of insomnia, I'm not going to be able to sleep for the next 2. So I'm going to lay out some hamburger. I'm going to turn this heater on next to it to where it'll thaw out quicker. No, Pindar, that won't work like that. Because you see, the stuff that they use to hold those things together is not going to become all squishy. In fact, I expect it to become nasty as fuck. Now, I could be wrong. You know, there's times that I have thought something was going to be nasty, and it ended up tasty. But I don't see it in this one. I drink milk. Now, once again, you have to carry milk. And milk can be hard to get here now. Well, I doubt that. Well, like I say, I will eat them eventually. It's just, you know, with my mouth, I can probably only get one down every few days. So, you know, they're not going to be a waste. You know, they are going to be eaten. It's just, you know, I just can't just sit down and eat 2 or 3 for a breakfast like I used to. Oh, yeah, she's purring no end. I mean, she's purring most of the night while she's keeping me awake. Aren't you? You see, it's like, I was the sweet father. It's like, tonight when I'm sitting there awake and I can't sleep and she's not bothering me, I'm going to reach over and just do this shit to her. Well, I don't want to make light of your condition, Smelly, but, you know, maybe we're going to need Fauci for this. You know, if you told Fauci that, you know, maybe we need another vaccine, you know, maybe we can get him on it, but I wouldn't trust it, just saying. God. I'm hoping she grows out of being so dependent. Just saying. I have powdered cat for the cat apocalypse. Now, with the hay cut, they've been catching things to eat. And, oh God, yesterday, the day before, Summer's had some breath. Now, yesterday in this room, there was an interesting sight over there. I walk in the room and there's like a ripped apart mouse. The mouse's ass is like over here, and you know, his head front's like over here. So, you know, I'm not sure who did it. I think Summer could have been involved in that. Well, fortunately for me, I didn't get any vaccines, so, you know, and I didn't get COVID either. And I tried. Yes, I did. And I tried to get it. But I couldn't. Now you see the other reason, like, you see this foot? She does that when she sleeps, too. Yes. she'll grab your face as she's sleeping. She'll touch your face, and then I guess she's kind of like in dreamland, but she's feeling something, and then she'll just start grabbing your face. So yes, I've been living my cat is an ass life. Now, I have to walk to the store tomorrow, and I'm going to spend a good part of tomorrow out at my gaming table for something different. And when I walk to the store, Rachella's going to be locked in this room. Because, like I said, the last 2 days, she won't let me go anywhere. Because there's been a couple times that I thought about going ahead and making the walk, but like I said, and the one time that she wasn't with me, her brother was. Now, her brother don't follow me around a lot, so I was going to entertain him because, I want to keep a tab on him. Well, I'm supposed to be having a bread maker come, and I will have to read its directions, because bread, cat food, I guess those are the two hardest things to get here. So, we'd put a bread maker on my list. I didn't see what one was put, but, Pindar put a bread maker on, so I'm going to start trying to make my own bread. Now, you see, remember the pantry stuff that I told you about? Sometimes you do get flour there. So once again, because sometimes the pantry will give you baking stuff. So I'm hoping that I will be able to make various kinds of breads. Now, oh shit. I forgot something. Pindar. I forgot something that I used to make. And because I really can't find it anymore. Now, do not get chocolate chip. Because it does not work as fuck and it ruins the pan. Or it makes a huge mess that's hard to clean up. So, it's cookie mixes. But what I do is I make a cookie bread. Because if you take a cookie mix that you would normally put oil in, and you add water, and you bake it at 350, you get a cookie bread instead of a cookie. Now, with my teeth, this is something I could do. But yes, once again, they don't have all of the variety of cookie mixes like they used to, but they don't sell them around here, but I'm betting you might be able to find some. But see, chocolate chip settles down to the bottom of the pan and it burns. And so, that don't make a good bread. So that's why I'm kind of explaining to you how this works. Things that float heavy like a chocolate chip, I can't use for this. Even though it does make a good bread. It makes just a hell mess. And we don't want hell messes. But yes, once again, if I can get any of just the different flavors of cookie mixes, I can turn them into a bread. And all it requires is me using water and baking it at 350. But yeah, you just take any cookie mix and you ignore the directions and you just add water, until you have your batter together, and then you just bake it at 350 like a cornbread, and then it comes up as a bread. But, like I say, the chocolate chips sink to the bottom, and then they get stuck to the pan, and it's just, there's no chocolate chips in your bread. It's got a little bit of a flavor of chocolate chips, and all the chocolate chips are burning at the bottom, and you get the burnt chocolate mess in the bottom of the pan. So like I say, you don't want to use chocolate chips for it. Because every chocolate chip cookie mix, of course, is easiest to find. But now, the best was one of the weirdest. I had got a pink lemonade cookie mix. And it sat in my, that was the last one. Because I thought, this is going to be the worst one that I have. So it sat back there forever. I bought others. And then the day came that I used it. And that pink lemonade cookie mix turned into the best cookie bread I had ever had. So, that was nice. Oh, yeah, like I say, Ronnie, I cook well. But, I also like to cook by shortcuts. But the thing is you just make it in your, your typical lasagna-like pan, and then you just cut it into like 5 pieces, and then you had, because see, back when, before seizures, this is what I would do many times. I would get one of these, I would make a loaf, I would cut it into 5 sections, and each section would be a breakfast. And that would be my breakfast for 5 days. And I'd have a big slice of that, like this, for, every morning getting up. And then I'd get down to town before light, to see if anybody had any jobs to do. Oh, yeah, Smelly, it was just, and the pink lemonade flavor into it, added to it. I mean, it was just amazing. But yeah, I mean, so, that's, something that I can use. Because like I say, I can take each one of those cookie mixes, can make them into 5 breakfasts. Well, actually, peanut butter would work. Yeah, peanut butter cookie mix would work. And, sugar cookie would work, but it wouldn't be very good, in my opinion. Now, if you had something to add to the sugar cookie mix that would work, it could probably make it good. But that's something that someone would have to experiment with. Now, I think I know how I could up that. And that is to get a Hershey bar in a cheese grinder. Because I was thinking, with the sugar cookie flavor, because there's a little just too much of a bland in sugar, it would need a flavor. Now, if someone was to take chocolate bars and grade them over the bread, like maybe 2 chocolate bars on a, that type of a cookie bread, that might work. Oh God, I still got 2 things of cocoa powder still. Now, I'm saving those for hot chocolate. Well, like I say, I'm going to try to make my own bread. Now, one thing that I do like to make is pizza breads. So, I'm going to see if I can make my own pizza bread. And I'll be trying to eat now an interesting thing is I did see a thing on YouTube to where people just went out and gathered stuff from a field and made their own pizza crust. And now I know what I'm doing with milling. And I even have some cornmeal to mill. I didn't tell people that, but, I did get some corn here that I've got in the barn. And I've got a milling rock. I've created a millstone. And I'm going to try to mill my own corn. My gut is hurting a little bit, and I needed her ass off of it. Just the other thing she didn't understand. I got a pain right here. Now you see, it's been 16 years since my last operation. Now, it's when I was 16 years old, I had that same pain right here. With them telling me It's in your head. It's in your head. If those old doctors are still alive right here, I'd put my thumbs through their eyes. Just saying. And tell them it's in your head. It's in your head. Doctors are stupid, aren't they, honey? She said, oh no, I ain't never seen one. Now, I'm also going to, after we get our estimates, I'm going to see also if I might not be able to get a couple animals fixed. Last night I was thinking, it's like, if I could get 2 fixed, which one should it be? And I do, Summer's definitely one. Summer's definitely one, but I was thinking, which one would be number 2? And this one's kind of getting high on the list. Because there's also Winter. So it's like, should I get Winter, Autumn, or Richella fixed? And I'm kind of leaving heavy on this one. But I mean, this is, she'll let me hold her here. I mean, she'll go to sleep for hours like this. Now, when I go to bed with Summer, I generally have to hold her for about an hour and a half. And then she's happy. She'll lay next to me then and go to sleep and let me sleep. But she wants to duplicate this. But there's no rest point. There's no point that she stops. Oh, I mean, she's just, she has that child view of the world. I am everything. I am to make everything better. She's mean as hell to the boys. And they, of course, they know they're not supposed to be mean to her, so they don't. And it only encourages her. And it's at the point now to where if one of them whack her, I'm not saying a word because she's been nothing but a little bully to them. Now, she don't know that, but none of the boys will whack her. And she's at that point where she needs whacked. Doesn't you? You need your ass kicked by another cat. She says, but I'm like my mother. I'm mean as a snake. Aren't you? And her mother started fighting, and I'll let you in on another secret. I have to, how will we put this? I have to basically kiss the cat's ass in a way to get them not to fight. I have to call her baby and Summer mommy. When Summer starts to like, I'm going to whip that thing's ass, I look at her and go, baby, mommy. And then I'll pet her on the head, I'll pet Summer on the head, and then Summer will come over and then start licking Richella in the head. So this is another reason why Richella gets utterly fucking entitled. She says, I'm the baby. And her brother's the baby too. Because I don't call him a kitty. I go, baby, and he'll just start running his mouth. Now, I wish she was a little more independent like her brother. But she's not. She's just... Oh, Pedner, I've not seen this in ages. Now, this lemonade cookie mix, like I said, I had bought a bunch of them, of cookie mixes, and this was one I had in the back. And I mean, it probably sat there 2.5 years, because I thought it would be the worst cookie mix. And I kept buying them and, putting the other one, just, that was the one sitting in the back. But maybe like 2.5 years later, I'm like, you know what, it's the only one that's left and I might as well make it. And like I said, it turned into the best one that I ever had. Well, me too, Rachel. And now, unfortunately, here you can't get crusts, and it's like at Walmart, they wanted, before COVID, they wanted over $1 for a fucking crust. Per crust. You know, the little ones, you know, just the ones like that. I mean, it was ridiculous. It's just easier to make pizza breads. Oh, okay, thank you, Pendar. But yeah, like I say, those mixes, but any of those kind of mixes, like I said, that just doesn't have anything heavy like chocolate chips in it, you know, that would be great. You know, the confetti cookies, those will work too. Because they have some settling, but you know, they don't create the burnt chocolate mess in the bottom of the pan. Well, the thing is, you know, everyone just says, I want pizza, so they overcharge for it. You know, it's just easier to put your pizza on bread at this point. And quicker, too. And I'll buy a ton more pizza sauce at Walmart, too, because it's cheap. You know that the dollar store sells no type of pizza sauce. Nowhere in that place do they have any type of pizza sauce. I don't know why they don't carry it. No Ritz crackers. Triscuits work, but just regular, everyday saltine crackers. Remember the teeth. Because I really don't like butter crackers. So yes, no Ritz crackers, but just regular saltine, and a box of flavored Triscuits would be good of any kind. But once again, it's like the Triscuits, I can only eat 2 or 3 of those at a time. But then those kind of things were like more of a lunch something for me. You know, like throw some pepperoni on a few Triscuits and a little bit of cheese and, you know, call it lunch. And definitely, you know, pepperoni, you know, the dried beef in the can, because, you know, the Armour dried beef in the can, you know, is always good too if they have it. Because in reality, I kind of have to prepare for winter. And I do expect a bad winter. And if we have an ice storm, you know, that couple years ago, I had to go to that shelter for a few days. The year before I moved here, they had an ice storm, and there was no power here for over 2 weeks. That was the year before I moved down here. So, and because the weather's been a bit unusual, you know, I'm going to try to prepare for that. Well, Buttercup Baby, at Walmart, they sell it in the individual cans for like $1.15 each. Now, before COVID, they were $1 each. But, you know, that's what I've been doing. Is like the last time I got there, I got like 36 cans of it. And I think I have like 12 left. Now, it's different with the cheese, but depends on what you're eating. My favorite is sharp white cheddar. You know, I love all sharp cheeses. Now, oh, what was that? It was a brie. Now, someone had gave me a brie, and this brie had sat in the back of their refrigerator forever. It was still good, and it had sat in the back of that refrigerator and aged, and it ended up sharp, you know, like a sharp cheddar. Now, everyone here that's had brie knows how creamy and, you know, fairly flavored it is, but that chunk that was like this, it had never molded, and it had sat back there for maybe 2 or 3 years in this chick's refrigerator, and she wasn't going to eat it. It's been back there forever, and I looked at it and it was fine. And it's still, but when I opened it, I mean, you just smelled that sharp smell, and I broke off a little piece, and it was one of the most delicious things that I ever had. Well, Pindar, if they have the Chef Boyardee sauce, that was the cheapest, and it is the best. If they have it. If they don't, just whatever, as long as it doesn't have mushrooms in it. Because I don't like mushrooms. Well, I have a very medieval palate. Now, this is something that I used to do, way back when life was good. Every now and then, like when we had a lot of work to do and it was hotter, I would make a medieval buffet. I would get, various crackers and breads, like in the little loaves like this. And I would get armored dried beef, and I would get various cheeses, get some pepperoni, and I'd make a big giant tray. And, and that's what I would have for the day, for 3 meals. I would just go back to my tray every now and then then I had a cover for the tray. And, you'd throw one of these roll-type breads, like a brown bread, in the microwave, get it good and warm, open it up, and put some cheese inside, and then put some of that dried beef, and then hold it together for a minute, and let that hot bread, melt the cheese on that dried beef. That's just absolutely positively amazing. But, that was one thing that I used to do when life was good. Now, I know my one treat that when I do go to Walmart next that I'm going to be looking for is a key lime pie. Now, they used to have single pieces of key lime pie for $1 at the dollar store. Now, they are selling like 3 pieces of pie together for like $6.50. So, I'm not going to buy 3 little pieces of pie like this, for the same price I can buy a pound of hamburger for. So, that when I do get to go to Walmart, that's going to be my one indulgence, is I'm going to buy a key lime pie. And then when I get back, I'm going to come back and eat about 1/3 of it in some fast food. So, man, now it made me fucking hungry. There's a part of me that's like, why don't you go ahead and lay out that hamburger before the live? And then that other part of me is like, you're not going to sleep tonight. So why don't we wait till late to eat, and maybe I'll be able to fall asleep about 4 a.m. And it's a good plan. It's just, we've been talking about food so much right now that, now I'm wishing I had went ahead and laid out the hamburger now. Well, yes, Buttercup. That's what I'm doing right now. Well, Kitty, you're in my way. I'm trying to show people, like I say, anytime that I need to do anything. I mean, this is what I have to go through. Yeah, that's what I've been using. And I had pizza breads earlier, and yeah, that always is, that's something I can't go wrong with. Because either on spaghetti or pizza breads, because like I said, cheese is expensive to get here. So that's what I have been doing. I've been using Parmesan on it. I bought, for $3, I got one little thing of Parmesan at the beginning, or not Parmesan, but mozzarella at the beginning of the month. And I had that when I made my pepperoni helper dish. Well, no, actually, most of that's gone. Now, I do have plenty of canned corn. But, through my last bit of starvation, I went through everything. Because used to be I always tried to save stuff to where if I got a little bit of meat, then I could make a stew. But, at this time, I'm basically out of everything. Other than canned corn. Because typically I'd always have like canned tomatoes. I'd always have some canned potatoes. Like I say, stuff to make a stew. Right now all I got's fucking corn. Well, Rachel, like I say, since I got rid of that hay, I'm going to take hundreds and stock up for the winter to make sure I have enough. Because power, who knows what electric's going to cost this winter? I mean, they are so fucked up. And I don't know what my new heater is going to cost either. And I do need to get a shop heater because the electric on the shop heater was cheaper. Heating the place. So that's another thing that I'm going to try to get. So that's why I say, I've got my taxes saved. I've got some money to take to the store for food security. And then we have $2,000 set aside, budgeted, to try to get my water fixed. Buttercup, I cannot eat any form of beans. I have this issue with everyone. I mean, around here, the only people want to give me shit is fucking beans. My father abused me, starving me, and only would feed me beans. So no peas, no carrots, no green beans. Just saying. Because you see, this is the kind of crap that they will give you here at the pantry. So, once again, potato would really help. Because I can't buy canned potatoes here. That's something that they don't have. And once again, canned tomatoes would be a big help. Now, I can buy those here, but they don't always have them. Tomato sauce, tomato paste. Those will always be a help. Also mixes. Because once again, I only have access right now to basically hamburger at the store. So once again, any mix that I can take that hamburger with, make it into something that's, different, that would be a treat for me. I'll pass in the squash. That's another thing that they just give away here left and right. Well, actually, it's pretty simple, Pandora. Potatoes, tomatoes, and that's about it in the can. Because anything else, they hand you here to no end when you get food at any places. It doesn't matter, Pindar, because they all make the same stew. Because over here you guys can't see it, but I've got a crock pot that can hold about 5 pounds of hamburger. And, once again, if I have a good meat, I used to keep stuff all the time to make stew. But when I was starving, I turned it into vegetable soup because I didn't have nothing. So, that's why I said, I'm kind of like down to corn. I ate all my canned fruit, and I've got several cans of apricots that I won't eat. And the reason why I won't eat them is because the last one of these cans that I ate gave me food poisoning. So, once again, I'm not going to eat those other 7 cans because after I got food poisoning, now I like apricots, but after getting food poisoning from the one, I'm not going to try to eat the others. Well, actually, I just use simple tomato paste or tomato sauce for chili. Well, yeah, I like hamburger helpers, but I don't like a steady diet of them. So with hamburger helpers, 1 or 2 of every variety, that makes with hamburger, that would all be helpful. like I say, because, you know, those are simple things that, you know, I can easily make myself. And like I said, because of my selection, sometimes different is good. Now, unfortunately, they don't. But, you know, canned fruit, yeah, I mean, all canned fruit. I mean, seriously. You know, all canned fruit to me is a treat. I'm trying to think, is there any canned fruit that I don't like? And no, I do. I mean, I even like canned pineapple. So yeah, I think, you know, when it comes to fruits, you know, I'm good with all fruits. Now, like I said, you see this thing. I mean, I every time I'm trying to. My groin is a little uncomfortable. Like I say, I've got the injury down there, and she hurts me laying on me, and she don't understand it. And see, she's too lazy to even hold her head up. No, I don't put green peppers and onions in chili. You see, I was born in Cincinnati, Ohio, so I make Cincinnati style chili. That's why I usually use tomato paste or tomato sauce when I make my chili. I'm holding her like this so she'll be at least be off my groin. I said, hey, so I gotta move you. Cause hold on, you gotta go back here. How about if you go back here and lay, sweetie? You did just a little while. That hurts to do that. Oh, stretching bad. Yeah. Remember, Pindar, when I say, you know, when I say I'm kind of functional sometimes, it's like that, you know, where I'm doing something and then I got that twinge that says, it's time for you to sit down now. Because it's bad enough it made me sick to my stomach. Oh, just a minute. This is my condition. You don't normally get to witness this on the other channel, but after that pain in my gut, my condition is rearing its head and I'm starting to tremble. And I do think it's cute that people are like, animals are so helpful with seizures. Now, the original Elric, he was. In Valkyrie, she also understood when I was having an issue or a seizure. So, you know, both of them, if they were still alive, would be like right here checking me out and be like, are you okay? Richella, she's right here on me fucking again. I don't think you can see her right off here, but. Now, before pot, I would have been in a full seizure right now. Now, I know if I can talk, I know I'm not going to have a seizure. So, you know, once again, it's another reason for me to listen to my words right now, even if I'm just saying poo-poo, doo-doo, motherfucker. Now, I'm saying motherfucker to my side, by the way, and poo-poo, doo-doo because it hurts. Ah. Now, let's see, can you like... She's like Ernie Shell. She don't never take a hint. Can you like ooze back in that direction? How about if we do that? Like I say, I've got literally padding and shit all behind there, and I only dropped her like that far. As you can see, it didn't take long. So my groin hurts, so guess where she's going straight back to? And this is why I can't sleep. Because I have groin pain, my side hurts, and all she'll do is get on it. I mean, to where people imagine the loving, empathic animal. This animal is the complete opposite of empathic. Now, actually thinking about it, I probably do need chili mix now. It's something the dollar store usually has, but thinking about it, I think I might have used down to my last one. Yeah, I've got one chili mix left, and I think I've got 2 taco mixes left. Because that's a possibility for wow. Oh. I started to sit up. Oh, sure. This is stuff you don't normally get to see on the other channel. Oh, damn, that hurts. Oh. It has made my mouth so dry, I feel like I'm gonna fucking puke. It's giving me nausea. My fucking groin is killing me. And of course, she is right here on it. And if I could stand up right now, I'd put her out of this room. But I just started to try to sit up. And my side told me that was not a good thing to do. Well, Rachel, this is stuff you don't normally get to see. Remember when I say, like, my condition is bothering me? You know, this is the bothering me part. You know, once again, on the other channel, you know, I gloss over it all friendly. But, you know, you're getting to witness the bother me that I mentioned. Honey, sweetie, Satan, double cat, will you just go somewhere else, please? Can we, this is going to be the last chance. Can we, like, put you back here behind me? I mean, this is a beautiful bed right here. I mean, it's beautiful for you. I mean, hell, if I could fit back there, I'd fucking lay there. I mean, seriously, I have made the perfect cat bed here. If it was big enough for me, I would be sleeping in it. Now, can you please let me live? She's fighting me all the way. She says, hell no, I'm not going down there. Oh, right, you don't have to. I was just trying to save myself. But yeah, see, my kitties are kitty. But, you know, it's been really bad on Wednesdays. Like I said, for some reason, my body's not like Wednesday. So, we're going to be here next Thursday. And, of course, we'll be here Saturday. And I plan on gaming both days. Now, I'm also going to do a little content here and let you into some of the game stuff. Because, you know, while I have been trouble, it's like this entire thing right here are nothing but superheroes in the new world. Now, because of the fact that superheroes will have press about them, I'm going to do a live stream about that. You know, like some of the things that your characters would know about, you know, for the people that are playing. You know, that's what I'm going to do with one of my lives this week. I'm going to have a live at an odd time, and I'm going to tell you about the superheroes of the world and what your characters know about them. So, you know, that will be game content for this week. And like I say, I plan on Thursdays and Saturdays for game. You know, today was just to kind of let everyone know and get us back to set up to going. Because the reason this is hurting me so bad is all the swelling is gone. And swelling is protective. And I know from doing this problem again and again and again, that in the next few days, the pain is going to go away. And I should be able to get back to functional and be able to do my normal plus about 4 to 6 hours around here in the day. So, so I'm looking forward to that. Now, I know you saw how I was a minute ago. It's still sore as hell. And I know not to stretch. No signaling touchdown for me. Put it that way. But, I'm going to be just sitting for the next few days. Tomorrow. Well, yes, Pindar. Because, we're going to have an entire world. Because you see, in my original Champions campaign, we started with 1 player. It expanded to 2 players. And finally, there was like 15 or 16 players. But, only certain people would show up every now and then. So, it would end up unique adventures, and it ended up just like its own universe. Now, in that universe, we also did the regular Champions characters. Now, in this, I'm making everything unique, so everything is unique for you. Well, Pindar, the thing is every superhero isn't always around. Every superhero, or every, shall we say, superhero universe, has heroes that just show up now and then. Maybe with a unique power to save the day. But the thing is usually it's better in the beginning to play Champions cooperatively. Now, once everyone is veteran players, then you would start to think about something like that. Well, like I say, Pindar, that's the thing about, your superhero worlds. I mean, Peter Parker is older than I am. I mean, Peter Parker was a teenage kid or in high school when I was born. Peter Parker Spider-Man should be about 70 about now. Time really ran the way it was supposed to. Batman should be like 90. I'm Batman! Who the hell am I again? You're Batman! Don't tell me who I am, Sonny! Well, no, you want funny. I didn't do this as a video, but I'm just like Batman. Now, I'm going to make you laugh. Now, this is going to be a warning. Now, Batman always overanalyzes everything. Okay, so Batman, as we know, analyzes everything to the nth degree. So his sidekick is a young teenage boy dressed in gold, red, and green. And, of course, to a criminal, you have the association of money for the green, gold for wealth, and, for those that aren't greedy, red for blood. All of these are criminals that have been locked away. And, once again, he picks a teenage boy to be his sidekick. I mean, don't you kind of think that Batman's kind of setting Robin up? Just saying. I mean, thinking about it, it's like, Batman, why would you do this? And the only thing that I can think is Batman would say, I'm Batman, not Buttman. So that's the only thing that I can think of, is that Robin is just a decoy so he does not get sodomized by supervillains. That is my Batman theory. Yes, I have a theory that Batman has basically trafficking Robin to supervillains so he doesn't get cornholed when they get caught. That is my thought, because like I say, Batman analyzes everything. And once again, he's got 3 different colors that would attract every type of supervillain. And it's a bright color, and he's in dark colors. I mean, seriously? Notice him, don't notice me. It'll be just like you're in jail again. You know, I can hear poor Robin. Holy sodomy, Batman! Now we know why the Joker's always laughing. And Robin's always afraid of him. No, Joker, I'm not pulling your finger. It's not your finger. Like I say, you know, I can see that. Like I say, that's why I say that Batman is a son of a bitch. And that's my Batman theory. Like I say, disprove me. I want anyone to debunk that Batman theory. Yes, he's Batman, not Buttman. You know, that's why it goes with like the BDSM look for him and you know, once again, the fairy princess look for the sidekick. And you know, and if you look at Batman's villains, I mean, if you look at the Joker, you know he'd do Robin. Now, if you look at the Penguin, once again, he'd be all over Robin. The Riddler? Well, that's another one. I mean, he'd be all over Robin, too. And Two-Face, they don't call him Two-Face for nothing. So, you know, when I sit there and, you know, once again, if I compound this and I look at Batman's major villains and then look at Robin, I mean, man, that's got to be really bad. You know, I bet that Robin has like lube in his bat belt. You know, that's my thought. It's like, get the bat lube. You know, I can see him tell the Joker, you know, I got the lube in the third belt. Well, I mean, that's like, look at his villains. You know, I was high one night and, you know, thinking all of this out, laughing to myself. And I'm like, yeah, like I say, and you think of his villains, and then I thought, well, yeah, they don't call him Two-Face for nothing. You know, sitting there with a coin, it's like, the back of the front. And that's how Batman always gets away. You know, in reality, the villain are always banging Robin, and you know, that leaves Batman plenty of time to escape and save the day. I mean, Batman's an insidious fucking bastard. Now, I kind of don't blame him, but you kind of got to feel sorry for Robin. Now you know why he's had more than one Robin. You know, he'll say, the Joker killed this one. No, it didn't. He got tired of getting buggered and took the hell off. It's like, get the fucking hell away from me. So, you know, and that's why I keep saying holy, you know. Holy, what the fuck is that, Batman? So, you know, that's why, you know, because once again, Batman overanalyzes everything. That is the essence of Batman. So that's how I can prove that Batman is not a good custodian of his ward, Bruce Wayne's ward, Dick Grayson, is he? And I'm wondering if his name's even Dick, or if they're just actually dubbing that over because, you know, they're talking about penises a lot. Just saying. Now we've had the warning come on, so we're going to get here. Oh yes, Buttercup, you know, we've just had our warning light come on, and we've had our ding ding, so I'm going to have to get off here and charge up devices. So yes, I'm going to leave you with that bit of humor and my Batman theory. And I might turn my Batman theory into a humorous video at some point. Now, because my friends are here, I'm also planning on the 19th talking about different lolcows and like do 13 nights where I just give an overview of 13 different lolcows. Some you'll know, some you won't. But, you know, since you're my friends and you're here, I'm kind of letting you in on that, is some upcoming content starting the 19th. Now, thank you for coming, and I'm going to charge these devices up. I'm going to lay the hamburger out if I can stand up. Now, I'm usually okay if I just go slow. You know, no jerking arounds. You know, I just slow and easy. So that's kind of my plan. I'm going to go slow and easy. I'm going to lay out some hamburger. I do have stuff to make tacos. I even have salsa. And I still do have some cheese I save for it. So I'm probably going to have 4 a.m. tacos. And then after my 4 a.m. tacos, I'm going to try to sleep. Oh, I'll be okay, like I say. With this, it's healing and it's sudden movements. You know, you feel you're fine and then you kind of overdo it. So, once again, just baby steps. Look at this. I mean, let me just show you this. I mean, how do you get, when this thing's on you, I mean, look at this. She's just laying in my shirt, and I'm doing this to her. I was saying goodbye, but I want to show you something that I do, because you can't get her to move. I want to show you how persistent she is. And if you're wondering, she is in the shirt. Look at that. I mean, she don't even open her eyes. And this is my baby. So, not the same time, because this week we're going to start Thursdays. Thursdays and Saturdays, because for some reason my body has picked Wednesdays to suck. And I'm going to have another live on this channel before then, and I'm going to do character overviews on what you know about your world. Now, everyone, thank you for coming, and I want this little face before we go to be seen. Is there enough light to see your little face? Like I said, this thing is just on me constantly. Purring. And everyone, have a good night. Well, I hit the button, it didn't do anything, so I guess you're just going to stay with me. We'll try it again.